everyone, welcome to this video. My name is T. If you're new here, I really do hope everyone's day is going well. I really do, because let me go ahead and address something on my mind, on my chest, on my odds, everything. A couple days ago, I released my highly anticipated review on the movie Malcolm and Marie, but I took it down in less than 24 hours because, in short, I just really wasn't all that proud of it. Even though I worked really hard on it and it was performing extremely well. Like, the second best performing video on my channel to this day. And what that mean? What that mean?
I ain't playing, I'm telling the truth. Ooh wee, look what that money make a bitch do.
But I do this for more than that. I know in my heart of hearts that if I still had 2,000 subscribers and I wasn't gonna make a dime off of that video, it would have never came out. Because I know deep down that I do not possess what it takes to deconstruct a film like that. At least not yet. And it's funny because for those of you who watched it, I thought that because I wasn't critiquing the technicalities of the movie and I was just going through the plot and sharing my observations, that I was avoiding looking like one of those prestigious, pretentious film critics that everyone was pretending to be. But there was a point in the middle of my video where I veered off from that initial objective. So she had to go. Thank you to everyone who watched my video. Sorry to everyone who didn't get a chance to, but I gotta step my game up. On to today's situation. I'm back to complain about the Black woman's experience. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. A lane that I don't f up often. I love a good laugh. You know, I already have pretty deep set smile lines because I just love to laugh. I'm very expressive in my face. I mean, y'all see me. I open my mouth really wide to speak. It's above me now. I don't know why I do it either. Anyway, I love a good laugh. And another thing I love to do is compare comedy throughout the times to see how things have evolved. Y'all already know, certain things that used to be funny way back when can't really fly these days. It just is what it is. But if there's one thing that just never gets old to people, if there's one thing y'all gonna make sure sticks like motherfucking grits, it's making fun of Black women. It's humbling Black women. It's humiliating Black women. Embarrassing Black women is so normal. Other people become offended at us being offended.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Let's take it back to the good old days, to an app called Vine. Now, you youngins may not remember this, but you can think of it as like a TikTok senior. You know how TikTok's thing is dances and POVs and sometimes a little music? On Vine, it was skits. 6-second skits. And that's so wild now that you think about it. Like, niggas really had us dying laughing with just 6 seconds of our attention. Vine was really a moment. Okay, so many people launched their careers by delivering hyperbolized performances of stereotypical caricatures within their community. The most popular one I was exposed to was the black mom, black girlfriend, ratchet black girl trope.
A multiple choice one. You can get your ass beat, slap, taser, you can pick D, bitch, all of the above. Alright, look, you better go on about your business, Chris, because you do not want these problems. Who are you? Ryan, where's your team? We don't want to know you, sir.
It is, yes it is. You don't get no hoes, bro. You don't get no hoes, bro.
What is it? Am I not cute enough for
Baby,
you no
you
more?
beautiful, man. Chill.
I even went to get my hair straight.
I just want to let you know the unemployment office called today talking about you ain't finished out no papers. All up in my business, homes.
Cause you can't good.
Bitch, see, that's why I whoop your ass.
I don't hate none of y'all. Y'all family. I love y'all. But we got to draw some lines. This shit getting out of hand.
While we at it, can somebody please make a video on how big of an influence apps like Vine had on white kids' comfort and making comedy out of POC existence because they saw us do it? How it's a double-edged sword, because at the time we were laughing at it too because we didn't know no better, but it created a lot of legroom for this lucrative market of Black mockery by non-Black people that now exists all over social media. Anyway, people like Blame It on Quay, Young Poppy, Eastside Evo, Ivo, Forever Kells, they began amassing huge followings because people love relatability comedy. And that's usually how it starts out. Jokes like these are funny in the first half because people within the community love it when they can come together, even with strangers within the community, and share a laugh. And in the first half, we disregard the joke's problematic nature because we see ourselves or someone we know in the jokes that are being told. And because it's usually our own Black men, but not always Pat D. Lucky, who are making these jokes. It's rarely assumed that they're upkeeping the same biases that deny Black women jobs, opportunities, and really just basic respect. Basic respect both outside and within the community. Do you know how many Black people cannot stand the TTs of real life? Do you know how many Black people blame them for being made fun of? When in reality, it's the TTs of real life who are setting the tone for popular fashion and trends. The same popular fashion and trends that got your favorite IG models in them high-rise apartments. Hold on. Make it make sense. The same women y'all are making fun of are the foundations for these billion-dollar industries. All of this IG fashion, Fashion Nova, PLT, who is the blueprint? I'm also willing to die on the hill that, actually, put y'all seatbelts on because we about to take it there. So I'm willing to die on the hill that these men's obsession with putting on wigs and makeup and nails and all of that is really just them taking the opportunity to toy with gender expression, as they should, because that shit is fun. But instead of doing so with their whole chest and saying, yes, I'm a man who likes to put on wigs and makeup because no one is holding a gun to my head. I'm doing it on my own accord, as I should. Instead of doing that with pride, they cower behind a veil of mocking Black women, and that's what gives them a pass. And actually, we can take that a bit further because a couple months ago, I did a video called Let's Talk Black Male Femininity, something like that, where I was basically celebrating Black men who challenge gender norms. Oh, man. Did that set some of y'all the fuck off. So many cishet Black men in my comments. Why are you trying to make it seem like it's so brave that Black men are out here wearing dresses? Why are you trying to normalize Black men wearing nail polish? I hate that bitches like you. I know. I hate that bitches like you have a platform because you're poisoning the youth. One leap of excitement, right? So here's what I'm gathering. It's completely wrong and grotesque when Jaden Smith poses in a skirt for a Louis Vuitton ad. It's completely abominable when Lil Uzi Vert and Young Thug and fucking Dennis Rodman confidently dress feminine because they want to and because it makes them feel good. But when other men do the exact same thing, but they do it at the expense of Black women, oh, now it's okay. Now it's allowed. Now you follow, now you're tuned in, and it's cool and it's fun, right? I cannot lay this out any clearer for you. Making fun of Black women is y'all's safe space. And you not even clocking that. That is y'all's first cover up, your first line of defense, your literal comfort zone. And you don't even realize it. Okay, moving on. These jokes and the fact that they're made mainly by cis Black men perpetuate the stereotypes that defeminize Black women and view us as less deserving of empathy and protection when we get hurt. This color is wow. Watered my crops, cleared my skin, and guess who made it? I want to reference this article I found on racism.org. Yes, this is a real website, and no, I did not come up with it before y'all start with me. It's been around since '95. I wasn't even born yet. So the article is called Hit It and Quit It, Responses to Black Girls' Victimization in School, written by Sanja C. Tonneson. I apologize if there was any mispronunciation. Let's take it to part 2, subsection A, defeminization. Tonneson writes, the masculinization and defeminization of Black women and girls is one form of implicit bias that contributes to social approval of violence against them. When a woman or girl is perceived as masculine, she is also more likely to be seen as strong, aggressive, and less feminine. These traits are typically associated with gender-conforming men, and consequently, such implicit bias may cause a school administrator, people in this case, to perceive sexually victimized Black girls as capable of handling the harassment themselves, like men, and in less need of protection. In extreme cases, these girls are even misperceived as the primary aggressors against boys. You know what this sounds like? A couple months ago, our beloved Megan Thee Stallion was shot. And I gotta say, before we even dive into this, y'all want Megan to think she's ugly so bad, it's gross. Y'all have been trying to strip her of her femininity and her right to love herself out loud for so long, it's gross. Couple wet wipes case a bum try to touch me, ew. You know what I mean? Gross. So our beloved Stallion, she was shot. with a real gun and real bullets in her real feet. And instead of the conversation being about how the hell are we gonna get hating niggas like Snorri Lanes out of the industry and punished appropriately, instead of the conversation being about how we can uplift her and show her empathy in a time where someone she trusted inflicted violence upon her and publicly humiliated her, all of a sudden, niggas is PIs, private investigators with degrees from Twitter University. And instead, the conversation turned to, well, maybe we should suss out the facts first. I don't know if we should just believe a black woman who says she's been hurt. It's kind of weird, don't you think? People were antagonizing her so much. They were calling her a liar so much. She felt the need to post a picture of her bullet-ridden foot to Instagram. And this was after everybody had access to the video. We saw oh my gosh. I hate to relive this because but we saw the video of her limping out of the car and her foot was leaking on the freaking floor. So y'all been had your proof, but that still wasn't enough. Then the conversation turned to, okay, so maybe she did get shot. Okay, fine. But what did she do to deserve it? She's tall, she thick, she a boss bitch, right? She can defend herself. Maybe this will finally humble her. But these are just jokes, right? They don't perpetuate biases that literally justify violence against us, right? And even if it isn't physical violence, people's eagerness to make black women's pain a laughingstock, that shit gotta go too. Tessica Brown, aka Gorilla Glue Lady. The way y'all took her simple mistake and moment of vulnerability as an opportunity to disrespect her, send her death threats, and make her the laughingstock of the internet for 3 weeks straight. Are we weirdos or are we weirdos? The jokes tell themselves, bro. Y'all write these videos for me. Why, oh why, was it so difficult for people to either empathize with her pain or just not say anything at all? Why, oh why, was it so easy for people to, 1, make up the rumor that she was trying to sue Gorilla Glue, or 2, believe it? I know that was some stupid ass shit she did by spraying that Gorilla Glue on her head, but y'all, it's done. It happened. Can we stop acting like y'all are so much smarter than thou? I remember in high school, bitches was using weave glue to put on their eyelashes. Let's not act like we're so far removed from the fucking cinnamon challenge or eating Tide Pods. Or what was that shit called when motherfuckers used to plank off of the side of buildings? Humans do stupid shit and they make mistakes. We're all idiots to some capacity. It just so happens that her mistake was catastrophic and it went viral. Nobody is forcing you to feel bad for her. Nobody is forcing you to donate to her GoFundMe. No, I didn't feel that bad for her at first, but in the very least, I didn't feel the need to attack her. Black women really cannot make no mistakes in y'all presence. None. Because y'all just be waiting to turn us into a joke. And I know majority of you understand this because you have functioning brains, but let me just throw in a little checkpoint for those who do not. These Vine videos are not the direct cause of things like this. Vine videos were not the direct cause of Megan getting hurt. Vine videos were not the direct cause of Tessica being attacked on the internet, but the culture of making those videos, the reason people think to laugh at them in the first place, support it. They support the bias, which leads to the discrimination, which keeps the normality of our mistreatment alive. It's really that simple. Now, while the men who were playing these characters went on to continue their careers on apps like Instagram and YouTube, many of them moved on to greater ventures and life journeys. Many of them just grew up and realized this shit is kind of whack. We even got a couple apologies. While some of them have held on to these caricatures so tight, I think they fucking fingers is about to fall off. Relatability comedy. Remember how I said they had us in the first half? They did. The reinvention of the Medea, of the Shanae, but this time with more modernized jokes on more modernized social media. Of course, you did have us in the first half, but listen to me. The game is over. The game's been over for 10 years? Vine started in what, 2012? What year are we in now? The jig is up. Because at this point, we've heard it all before. The mammy trope, we get it. The angry black woman trope, we get it. The ratchet black woman trope, we fucking get it. Half of these tropes been around since before our freaking parents were born. So it's gonna take a lot to convince me that society and pop culture is still laughing at the jokes themselves. But rather, finding a way to express their true desire to disrespect and embarrass us, but in the name of comedy. My favorite example of this is the phenomenon of pulling off Black women's wigs in public. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to call on Jesus Devontae Christ for this one, because it's him and him alone. Him and him alone who could calm me down from the instant rage that just washes over me every time I think about how and why this stuff is still happening. Little personal interjection. Back when I used to wear wigs, back when I was all about the wig tings, one of my biggest fears, I mean like crippling fears, was that someone would nuff up themselves in public and try to pull my shit off. And what scared me the most wasn't even the embarrassment, which since it never happened to me, I can only imagine is unbearable. But what really, really terrified me was that if this were to happen, I wouldn't be allowed to react naturally and appropriately, because I would just be expected to take the joke. And what's even worse is you don't only have to worry about a stranger doing that to you. Little story time. So one time I was goofing around with my cousin. We were, I don't wanna say play fighting, because like, we're adults, we're grown, we don't play fight. But he reached for me and, okay, we were play fighting. Maybe we're not grown. And I see his hand come toward my head and I was like, do not pull off my wig. Party over immediately. I was like, on your mother, I will fucking kill you. Do not pull off my wig. And he was like, what? Why would I do that? Like, I wouldn't violate you like that. That's not even funny. And that was the first time my fears about that were even validated. I was like, yeah. It's not funny, huh? Anyway, humiliating Black women is so normalized, it be your own people.
Come here, look at this, Nick. I want you to keep the water in your mouth if you think everything about this is real. All right, go ahead. You see, Nick, this is my whole thing.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
Listen, I understand it's a comedy show. You're meant to crack jokes on each other. You're meant to goof off. I get that. I so get that. Also, RIP Wildin' Out. That show was a true gem and I really hope it can be revived one day. Actually, I heard it is getting revived. So once I find out where that's gonna be, I'll definitely be watching. But that shit was not all right. Just think about the level of exposure. Her hair was a key element of her appearance that day. Like, you look at her and that's the first thing you noticed about her. And what did he say before he snatched it? You think this is all real, right? You think she's all real? Snatch. How real is she now? How beautiful is she now? How authentic is she now? And in all the videos I watched of Black women getting their wigs pulled off, because there is a plethora of them on these godforsaken internets, when it happens, it's never like a grab and drop on the floor or a grab and give it back, which would still be fucked up, but it's never that. It's a grab and wave it in the air. A grab and, you gotta be quicker than that. They be waving it in the air like it's some kind of prize or trophy. Like, look, I have your dignity and your pride and all your beauty in my hand. It's sick. And I'm getting sick and fucking tired of Black women constantly being expected to take one for the team and take it like a champ. Because anybody else, for any other reason, will be able to yell and cuss on Guam Bud. You walk down the street right now and you pull off a non-Black woman's hat. Just her hat. Murder. They kicking up hell, as they should. And their anger is going to be understood and their perpetrators will be dealt with. But that same person could pull off my whole wig. Again, a key element of my appearance. And I'm just expected to be like, boy, you so crazy. I'm sick of y'all gaslighting our emotions and saying it's no big deal, it was just a joke, when you know the reason you did that in the first place was not lighthearted. I'm supposed to have a lighthearted reaction when your intentions were rooted in the pits of motherfucking hell. You shitting me? Stop treating these niggas like they stupid. They know the value of hair to a woman, especially a Black woman. They know that for hundreds of years, our hair has been used as a crutch to humiliate us. Thus, the stakes for us are different. Very, very different. I have literally seen non-Black women take their hair out in public. Jeannie Mai even talked about this a couple years ago on The Real. She was saying how one of her favorite things to do after a long day of wearing a hairpiece or clip-ins is to just and plop it right there on the table in a restaurant full of people. And of course, when she told that story, nobody looked at her sideways. Of course, the only person who was like, huh, was Tamar. Now, why don't you tell me if someone like Tamar Braxton, an OG wig wearer, were to do something like that? If Tamar Braxton sat at a dinner table and just And paparazzi caught a glimpse of that. Why don't you tell me what the headlines would be? This is not the fault of Jeannie. This is not the fault of the non-black women who could just willy-nilly take their hair out or off and it's no big deal. They did not create this problem. Or, I mean, I don't think they did. But they can do that and we can't. Why? They can do that and we can't. Why? Because then we're branded ratchet. Then we bald head and ugly, defeminized, and all of the negative stereotypes you've assigned to us without our permission. Again, pop culture continues to keep these dusty ass jokes and antics alive, not because they have any true comedic standing, but because it's a medium for you to humiliate us, and that is what people never want to die. So I want to pose an open-ended question because I need y'all's help. I'm gonna read it, okay. Given we live in a society that already actively seeks to destroy black women for simply existing, I would like to know what else is left to humble and why? What do you gain from said humbling and why? Number 2. Why can't we exist in our confidence without a whole ass market, a lucrative, thriving market of people who want to tear that down? Question number 3. Is it the resilience that pisses you off? Is it because every stereotype you create or everything you try to shame us for, we reclaim it? Y'all make fun of ratchet and hood black women and we turn that into a whole aesthetic. All up in the Grammys with the shit. You threaten to pull our wigs off in public and we come up with the strongest bonding glue, lace adhesive. That shit probably could have patched up the Titanic while you playing. You scorn our natural features and we tell you to get used to this Negro nose because it's not going no fucking where. Is that what's really bothering you? Because let me tell you, this is not the fun game of catch that y'all think it is. I, of course, can't speak for all black women, but I would assume we would like it if we could just have some shit and just enjoy it and not have to reinvent it because people keep trying to steal it or mock us for it. I would assume. That's a strong assumption. Black women do not need to be humbled. If history has not told you already, you can't do it. How do the kids be saying it these days? We just built different, you know? We will always find a way to come out on top. It's that type of shit. What's not clicking? Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end of the video. I have a feeling this is kind of a long one. I tried to make it a little bit longer than usual because I still feel kind of bad that I took down the Malcolm and Marie video. So yeah. Thanks if you made it all the way here. And another thing, before I wrap this up, my hoodie today is from Advantageous. No, this is not sponsored. But do y'all even know what that means? Because when I was just a viewer, I didn't know what none of that shit means. Okay, let me just tell you real quick. A sponsored video means that a company paid a creator to dedicate a certain amount of time to promoting their product. But just because someone says this video is not sponsored doesn't mean they didn't get paid. There's also paid promo, which means a company paid someone to mention their product real quick. Like if I were to say, oh, and by the way, guys, these rings are from Pandora. Even though that was real quick, I could have got a check for it. I didn't, but if it was a paid promo, I could have. This hoodie was sent to me for free, so I guess it would be considered PR, but there was never any agreement like, hey, if I send you this for free, can you promote it? No. I didn't even promise her if I liked it that I would promote it. She just sent me a gift and I fucks with it so much. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get in on it. So yeah, this is the Create Success hoodie. Right here it says, oh, let me scoot up. I need to hit this with a lint roller. Anyway, it says Create Success right here and it's embroidered, not printed. That's important. That means it'll last longer. But on the side, this part is printed. It says Advantageous. The definition and everything. So it says adjective, involving or creating favorable circumstances that increase the chances of success. I know that's motherfucking right. And then I think it says something on the back too. Ciao. Okay. So yeah, this is, I really don't remember what it says on the back. So you can just read it, I guess. Oh, in the box, hold on. I had to show you the box. Yes, I kept the box. It's a good box. So it says Advantageous. Is it? And then right here it says Create Success. And I had to keep this box because look how cool this is, right? So you open it and it's a magnet. It's a like what? It's very similar to Forever Moods Valentine's Day collection, which y'all want some thoughts about that too, because I have many. And then now, I don't know if y'all gonna get all of this special treatment, but I was sent a note. So here it is. It says, T Noir, contents, one boss to another. Stop fucking playing. Stop fucking playing with me. Ooh, oh! I got a little gift card with a pro. Let me stop, because if y'all don't get this, I don't want nobody coming for me, but I think this is special treatment. And I got a handwritten note. And it's cardboard. And cardboard biodegradable. You saving the planet and shit. So no, this is too sweet. I'm not gonna read it. It's personal. I know Black capitalism will not save the world, but obviously marginalization breeds creativity, because for this to be a small Black-owned business and they giving it up like this, I mean, even ASOS still send their clothes in a Ziploc bag. The quality is great. I love what the company stands for. Thank you so much, Mariah from Advantageous. That was really, really sweet of you to send me that package. So yeah, I will leave everything linked in the description. I'll also try to put it on the screen too. Go eat, go enjoy yourselves, go be merry. And also, be sure to leave your thoughts and your comments down below. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, however you're feeling today, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.